Are you recording this?
Yeah, recording.
No, well, anyway, it is just what it is. He was a good person. He'd completed his mission, but he was just not as spiritual, maybe, as Dad. But Dad lifted up his second date and put his arm around me. I'll tell you about the first date and then second date.
Okay.
Okay. And we were up by Capitol Hill, and his watch had, and it was an expensive watch, had a broken link on it, and it caught on to my dress that I had on, or my sweater. I don't know if it was a dress or a sweater, and it kind of ruined it a little bit, you know, and he was mortified.
Yeah, was he embarrassed?
Well, he was embarrassed and mortified from it. But we'd already established, well, first of all, he would have never been able to meet me again after the dance had he not worked where he worked. This is your dad. So
Okay.
don't let me forget to explain this to you.
Okay.
Johnny Holland was my next door neighbor. And Johnny was a little bit wild. He came to church, his parents were married in the temple and everything, but he got pretty wild and he wasn't active in church. But he worked for Weaver's Beavers. And Dad worked for Weaver's Beavers from Arizona, but he...
So Weaver's Beavers was the name of the Weaver family?
Yeah.
So the Weaver family made beavers.
They made
taxidermy
beavers
type.
and sold the furs.
Yeah.
Okay. And Dad, on the night that I met him at the dance, I'm just telling you this part so you'll know, went to work and told Johnny Holland, I met a girl, I think I want to marry her. And Johnny said, really? And who? And he goes, Sylvia Woods. And I need to figure out how I can meet her. And he goes, she's my next door neighbor. Yeah, she works for Beaner Block. No, I think she works for Auto Beaner now. It's all the Beaners. You know, it was well known, that kind of stuff. And so he called me at work. And he said, can you go to lunch? Sure. David hadn't asked me to go to lunch. He didn't even have a job. You know, he hadn't gotten a job since he'd come home from his mission yet. And we went to, I think it was called D-Burger back in those days. It was like a hamburger was 59 cents.
Yeah.
It wasn't that Dad spent a lot of money on me for our lunch or anything. Just a D-Burger, French fries, and a drink. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And we had that, and then I went home with David from the dance.
David Curtis.
David Curtis. And when we got home, he was just so mad that I had been dancing with Dad.
Mm-hmm.
But I hadn't just danced with Dad. I danced. I never missed a dance. The guy always asked me. I never stood on the sidelines, and I loved to dance. And so I was always dancing, and he knew I'd be dancing with someone. He'd ask me to marry him, but he didn't much worry about me just going and dancing with just anybody.
Yeah.
You know, because I wasn't
So you thought
going there
he must
to
not be interested.
have an affair or anything.
Yeah,
I
he
went
wasn't
there
interested in you
just
enough
for
to,
the dance.
even though he had asked you to marry him.
Right.
You didn't believe he really loved you to the point where you wanted to marry him back, or you wanted to love him back or marry him.
Right. Well, so anyway, Well, he called me to tell me he was so mad that night. And then our company and my cousin, Kathy Beaner, we were going up to a restaurant in I don't remember the name of that Canyon restaurant, but we were going to go up there, and everybody was bringing a date from up Beaner Block that went, and there was a group of maybe 10 of us with dates. And it was kind of fun to go with a date to that kind of thing. And then last minute, David called to tell me that he wasn't going to take me. And then Fred called me right after.
Yeah.
And so when we came back from lunch, I didn't have a date for there, and he says, "What are you doing this evening?"
Dad did.
Mm-hmm. And I said, "Well, I was going to go to a company dinner up there where they had a little bit of a dance floor. I love dancing, just so you know that." And he goes, and I said, "But I don't know if I'm going to go there now." And he goes, "Well, would you like to go with me?" Just like that. And I said, "Well, if you want to come to my company party, sure," because he was a great dancer.
Sure.
Now, Kathy Beaner and I were really good friends at that time. And when we got, of course, we danced the whole night up there. And the next day, I went into work. And Kathy comes out and she goes, "What were you thinking?" She's telling me off. Where was Dave? "What were you thinking?" And I said, "Well, Dave canceled. And Fred took me to lunch, and so I just decided that I'd go with him."
Mm-hmm. And she didn't agree with you going out with Dad?
"Well, no." She just says, "Well, you don't look like you don't like the guy."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, yeah, I really do like him." "Well, I thought you were going to marry Dave." She gave me a lecture on it, kind of,
Yeah.
pretty much. And so then I felt kind of guilty, I really did feel kind of guilty. But then Fred, probably because he was a little more mature than David, let's just say more mature. When we got home from that dance, he says, "What are you doing tomorrow night?" Well, I had no plans,
Mm-hmm.
and David hadn't.
Hadn't asked you out on a date.
And I said, "Well, I guess nothing." And he goes, "Oh, well, what are you doing?" And he booked the whole week.
Dad
right
did.
then and there.
Dad said booked the whole week with dates
And I
or
think
on dates
Dad
with you.
probably thought, so when we're at the dance and David finally shows up, he's standing on the sideline. I didn't even see him. I was having so much fun dancing with Dad. But Dad saw him and he goes, "There's this guy. He's giving me really dirty looks, and I think you might know him."
And that was David Curtis.
"Oh, that's my boyfriend."
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Dad, being
Dad
more
wasn't
more
intimidated.
mature,
Dad wasn't intimidated by David Curtis.
not at all. In fact, what he did is I said, "Oh, that's my boyfriend." He says, "Well, it was just about time for the refreshments at the end of the dance, and there was one dance after the refreshments." That's just how the dance was. So we go over there, and Fred walks us over, and I introduce him to David, and Dad goes, "I'll go get our refreshments." Now that was something that David would say to me, "Go get the refreshments."
Mm-hmm.
And he'd sit there because he played ball. He was always tired from graduating ball. But your dad